Gregorian calendar, also known as the Western calendar, is the most widely used calendar system in the world. It is based on the birth of Jesus Christ and counts the years from his birth. However, one of the peculiarities of this calendar is there are no year zero. This has led to confusion and misconception about the concept of a year zero. Many people believe that there is a year zero in the Gregorian calendar because of the way the calendar is numbered. For example, the year before 1 AD is 1 BC. This would suggest that there should be a year zero between them. However, this is not the case. As there is no zero in the Gregorian calendar, the calendar goes 3 BC, 2 BC, and 1 BC. These number counts down like negative numbers. Then the next year is dated 1 AD, 2 AD, 3 AD, and so on, counting like positive numbers. So everything before the birth of Christ is named BC, and everything after is AD. The theory for the confusion is how the numbers count in math, where there's a number 0 dividing the positive and negative numbers. Looking at the calendars side by side with the number system, you can easily see how these two can be confused. This confusion can be traced back to the fact that the concept of zero was not used in ancient times, making it difficult to have a 0 year. Fact is that the calendar was based on Roman numerals when it was created. As a non-positional numeral system, Roman numerals have no place keeping zeros. The origin of the Gregorian calendar can be traced back to the 6th century, when a monk named Dionysius Exiguus created a new calendar system for the Catholic Church. His system was based on the birth of Jesus Christ, and he believed that Jesus was born in the year 5500 of the world. He subtracted 5500 from the current year to create the Anno Domini AD calendar, or the year of our Lord, with the year 1 AD being the year of Jesus' birth. This system was quickly adopted by the Catholic Church and later by the Western world as a whole. The use of AD and BC is a reflection of the Christian belief that Jesus is the center of history and that the calendar should be based on his birth. However, it's important to note that the use of AD and BC is not only a religious but also a cultural and historical choice. The system of AD and BC was chosen because it provided a clear and easy way to reference historical events, where the Christian divide history in the year before Jesus and after. This was a simple way to understand the relationship between different historical events and place them in context. The lack of zero in Western calendar is not unique. The ancient Romans, for instance, did not use a zero in the numbering system, as we mentioned earlier. Instead, they used the concept ab urbe condita, from the foundation of the city, to date events. The use of ab urbe condita was a way to reference historical events in relation to the founding of Rome, similar to how AD and BC reference historical events in relation to the birth of Jesus Christ. The concept of a year zero is non-existent in the Western calendar, but is part of others. Many ancient cultures, such as the Maya and the Chinese, had a concept of a year zero. The Maya calendar began in 3114 BC, and each cycle lasted for 5126 years, with the latest one ending in 2012. The end of each cycle was marked by a year zero, marking the start of a new cycle. The Chinese also had a concept of a year zero, known as the Yellow Emperor era, which began in 2697 BC. The date was considered to be the start of the Chinese civilization and was used as a reference point for the historical events in China. In the case of the Maya, their calendar was based on a cyclical understanding of time, with the year zero marking the end of one cycle and beginning of another. In the case of the Chinese, the Yellow Emperor era marked the beginning of the Chinese civilization and was used as a reference point for historical events. Both cultures used the concept of the year zero as a way to understand significant events or moments in history, and to provide a reference point for understanding historical events. In contrast, the Western calendar's lack of a year zero reflects a linear understanding of time, with the focus on the birth of Jesus Christ as the starting point. Believed to be born in the middle of BC and AD with no year in between, this linear understanding of time can be seen in the way historical events are recorded and studied, with a focus on the progression of events leading up to present day.